So guys, today's video I want to talk about I want to answer a question a subscriber asked me in my inbox. All right, this is more or less like a question. He asked me, I have already answered the question, by the way. So I think the question is a question I should address on the channel so that most of us we can know, because what I notice is a lot of international students, they still fail to understand certain things about this study abroad journey. All right. So what I want to do is this particular one, I will answer it here so that many people can see and of course learn from what is happening. So now, what's the question is about studies in Luxembourg. That's the subject of the email. Then he said it's from a subscriber. I know the country in which he is writing from. He said, "Good day, bro. First, I want to thank you for the amazing videos posted." Thank you, brother. I'm so grateful. It gave me hope that I can actually school and work in Lux. Lux is Luxembourg. That's what he meant. I intend to study in Luxembourg next year for my master's, but I don't know how and who to help run a successful application for me. That's what he said in the first paragraph. / visa process, that's application for him to study in Luxembourg and the visa process. All right, that's what he said. I would really appreciate a travel agent referral or guides on how to go about it successfully. Secondly, do Luxembourg accept a third graduate? That's a third class. I understand he wanted to type third class graduate for master's degree. Please, I want to hear from you as soon as possible. Okay, now this is the question this follower actually asked me via email. Normally, the email he used, I don't respond to emails there. That's the reason I want to do this thing, because that email is just for collaborations. Please always check very well before you send mails. It's better you send to my inbox, or this question is something to put on the YouTube comment section. I don't know why he couldn't type it there, but that's fine. So I will answer the question according to how it is. He said, gave me hope. Now, he said he intends to study in Luxembourg, but he doesn't know how and who to help run the process, application and visa process. First of all, let me state here that I will not be available to do any application for any student, and I will not be available to guide anybody. All right, the only people I guide are people who are for one-to-one consultation. And again, I have a lot of work as I speak right now. I have a lot of work on my table. Moving further, without wasting time. First, I will start with the issue of the agent to help you run the process. Well, I'm a YouTuber. I know some certain agents, but like I always say on my YouTube channel, if I'm not the one doing your process, I don't trust any other person doing the process, because I gave someone's job to somebody one time and it brought me a lot of problems, which I was not the one directly involved with this. I'm sorry, but I cannot refer any agent to any student. That's just the truth. It's better you take yourself, your legs, your hands, your brain, and look for your agent. That's what I can say. Or you follow what I say on my YouTube channel, and it may guide you, it may not guide you. I'm not very certain. Now, for visa process for me, let me say this and say this categorically clear. I have noticed something on YouTube. A lot of you international students, you don't know that visas come from the embassy. Visas do not come from individuals like myself. Even if you go meet an agent, the agent will still go and apply for the visa at the embassy. And now it concerns Luxembourg. Nobody will give you a visa. You would go for visa interview at the embassy of Luxembourg or the Luxembourg immigration, or at the Belgian embassy, because sometimes the Belgian embassy do the visa. They can allow you apply for a long stay visa to Luxembourg, since in case Luxembourg embassy is not always in your home country. So that is why I will always recommend check the Belgian embassy's website first before you proceed with this type of application. Understand that visa, go for your visa yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you. Go for your visa yourself, because most of you don't know. Visas come only from embassy, and for your visa to be given, authorization must come from Luxembourg or Belgium. For Luxembourg, all right? That is what you should know. Now, I will appreciate a travel agent referral. I cannot do that for you. I cannot give that to you, bro. I'm sorry. Or guides on how to go about it. Probably, maybe you can find someone who will guide you, but for me, I'm not available for now. That is the problem I have. I have a lot on my table. Seriously. Seriously, I have a lot of research work to do. That's the issue. Now, secondly, do Luxembourg accept third class graduates for master's degree? Of course. Luxembourg accept third class graduates. I think third class should be something, is it 2.5 and below? I think so, on 4. So if you have a third class, then you still stand a chance to apply to Luxembourg. The key things you have to pay attention when applying for universities in Luxembourg are your grades, which is not good, and it is third class. That is the first thing. Then again, you need to pay attention to motivation letters in case there is a motivation letter you have to write. Then if there is no motivation letter, you should pay attention to the application portal. Some programs in Luxembourg will require you to study in French and English, while others are in French and German. So know the language of instruction of that particular program you want to apply to before you apply, all right? Then again, the third class doesn't really matter. What matters is when you fill in your application to universities abroad at the early stages is very important. When you fill in your application very early, it is very important. Remember, again, it depends on the university you are applying for in Luxembourg. All right, it depends on the university you are applying for in Luxembourg, because some schools are private while others are public. And that most universities in Luxembourg, like private universities, are usually expensive. That's why a lot of international students would prefer to go for public universities like the University of Luxembourg, and it is cheap. I think maximum should be $400 you are studying for the whole year. And most universities in Luxembourg are usually crowded with applications. And in this case, they will always consider the first come, first serve. When they choose the first students, all right, and they meet the requirements, they will not accept any more students again. Know that a country like Luxembourg will not accept many in a class. Maximum should be 30 or 40, I think so. So you have to know that early application is very important, all right. I'm just saying this now to clarify this subscriber who actually sent this information. You can study in Luxembourg. If you want to study in Luxembourg, pay attention to language of requirements, all right? Some programs will require you to have the IELTS score. And if you have the IELTS score, it is advantage you. You already stand 20% ahead. If you meet program requirements, you stand another 20% ahead. If the language of instruction is English and you want to study in English, therefore you are suited to go. So these are certain things you should consider, all right? I have on my YouTube channel, I have some few candidates, few students who actually applied and they got admission. So this is encouraging, and a lot of people want to move to Luxembourg. Of course, Luxembourg is the richest country in the European Union, and of course, the richest capital is the Luxembourg city in the European Union as well, all right? So a lot of steel mining has been done, a lot of steel has been done, docked from Luxembourg, or is it docked or digged? Anyways, English is not my mate. So I'm happy a lot of you want to move to Luxembourg. If you must apply, know that application is between February and April. Yes. So you should always be looking at the application timeline, because when the portals open, you may not have the possibility to apply when it's late. Like I said, apply as early as possible, all right? Early application is very important, key if you must study abroad. You should note all of these things so that you do not waste more time and somebody else takes your position. I hope this video will help somebody. It's just like questions I wanted subscribers to be aware of, because I know a lot of people still have such questions. So thank you so much. If it was helpful, please subscribe.